Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. New edition of 1% Better is live. This one is personal. I have been studying for postgraduate degree while working full time. Last month I cleared semester 1 with distinction. And nobody talks about it, what it actually takes to get there. Not the motivation, not the certificate. The 9 pm when you close the laptop without opening a single book. The Sunday you choose sleep over revision. The weeks where progress felt completely invisible. This week's edition is the honest truth about learning while working full time. And the 5-step focus framework I built from 2 years of trial and error. You'll find 5 things nobody tell you before you start. The focus framework, a practical system that actually works. One mindset shift that made everything lighter. A single action that you can take this week. If you're also juggling learning with a full-time job, this version is written for you. Let's get started. Nobody tells you how hard it is to open a book after 9-hour workday, or how guilty you feel on weekends when you choose rest over revision. These are everyone doing both and wondering if it's worth it. Where this come from? 2 years ago, I enrolled in IGNO's MA in entrepreneurship while working full time as a consultant. People call it ambitious, some call it unnecessary. Few quietly asked, why are you doing this to yourself? Last month, I got my semester 1 result, distinction. But here's what the result didn't show up. The Sunday evenings I traded for the assignment submission. WhatsApp messages I left on read because I was in mid-chapter. The days I sat in front of desk of blank study guide and closed the laptop after 5 minutes. Learning while working full-time is not glamorous, but it is possible. Here's the practical framework that actually worked for me. The honest truth first. Before the framework, let's clear the air. These are the things I wish someone had told me. You will not study every day, and that's okay. Consistency over weeks matters more than perfection over days. Some weeks, rest is the most productive thing. A burnt out learner retains nothing. Progress will feel invisible for long stretches. Then suddenly it compounds like interest. You will have to say no more often to plans, to distractions. That's not antisocial. That's a trade-off. The goal is not to finish the course. The goal is to become someone who finishes hard things. The focus framework for full-time learners. This 5-step came from 2 semesters of trial and error. It's not perfect, but it is honest. F. Fix your non-negotiable learning window. Pick one time slot that belongs to you and your learning. For me, it's 6 am to 7 am in the morning before the day takes over. Not every day will work, but having a default time slot means you don't have to decide when to study. You already decided. O. One topic per week, not 1 hour per day. Stop spreading yourself thin. Dedicate each week to single concept or a chapter. Go deep instead of wide. You'll remember 80% of one thing studied well over 20% of 5 things skimmed. C. Connect learning to your current work. The fastest way to retain anything is to apply it immediately. Studying entrepreneurship, spot the business model in your client industry. Learning Azure, relate it to the architecture you shipped it in the last sprint. Relevance is the best tool. You use your commute, don't waste it. Podcast, audiobook, recorded lectures. 13 minutes each way is 5 hours a week. Learning you didn't even carve out. That's 20 hours a month running in the background of existing your life. S. Share your learn publicly. Write a LinkedIn post. Send a newsletter. Tell a colleague. The moment you commit explaining something, your brain focuses itself to understand it deeply. Teaching is the most underrated study technique. The week that changed my approach. About 6 months in, I had a terrible week at work. 3 back-to-back client calls, a project delay, a deadline crunch. By Friday evening, I had studied exactly 0 minutes. I felt like I had failed. Then I looked back at previous 3 weeks. I had shown up consistently. One bad week hadn't erased that. I realized I was measuring my effort with a daily ruler when I should have been using the monthly one. I stopped asking, did I study today? And started asking, am I moving forward? That one shift made everything lighter. Your 1% action for this week. Block a single 45-minute slot in your calendar this week, labeled learning. Don't plan what to study yet. Just protect the time first. That's the entire action. Showing up to an empty slot is still showing up. One last thing. Learning while working full time will never perfectly balanced. There will always be meeting that bleeds your study, a weekend that disappears, a chapter that refuses to stick. But here's what I know for certain after 2 years of doing this. The person you become in the process is worth more than the certificate in the end. Keep going, 1% at a time.